it looks to me like, the forecast is for silver to make it to 75 or SLV to make it 75. That'd be $14 from here to the end of the year. Anyway, just wanted to share that to you. If you're in my futures program, maybe you do a future spread on options, or a Delta 10 or something like that. But silver looks very strong. I want to share that with everybody before we kick off this week. So I'm long silver tonight, and anybody going to get into silver? You know how to do it. Like you got to put good to cancel EXTO for if you're on Thinkorswim, and if you're on Tastytrade, you got to turn it to 24 hours. Carol, you gonna take it? You gonna get some silver tonight? SLV. Yeah, SLV. Does everybody understand? You don't have to buy a lot of money. You buy 10 shares. Okay. I think it's a play. I'm there. Joe, that's a sure sign it's going higher if they did that. Merry Christmas to all tonight. I'm so glad everybody showed up. We got a big crowd. Got a lot to talk about tonight. We got to talk about tonight. We got to start thinking this year's about over. How we're going to do things in 2026. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Way to go. Way to go, Don. Nice play. Yeah, one of my customers said I ought to play High Old Silver. Y'all remember that one from Long Ranger? Yeah, you can spread it. That's a good way to play it too. Way to go, Wayne. You're gonna have a good morning. All right, well, let's get into it. We got to talk. We got some serious talk tonight, and I hope everybody pays attention because I spent a lot of time on Friday afternoon working out my schedule for next year. And so one of the things that has been very popular is my small classes. We'll talk about that, and I'll give you the schedule and tell you I guess, my philosophy behind it. Risk involved in trading? Absolutely. Hey, I'm Tom Busby, former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. 3 books. I strongly suggest you get these books. You ever come in person, make sure I sign them. But these books will help you become a better trader, in my opinion. At DTI, we master the markets through education. I'm a strong believer in education. I try to share with everybody here the things that cost me money over the years, that you won't make those same mistakes. We train every day at 11 o'clock, and we have live trading Tuesday through Friday. Schedule for the week tomorrow, I got train and trade at 11. I got my beloved futures course at night. How many people in my futures training really see why it's so valuable? I'm up 640 on silver futures tonight. Yeah, I'm long SIL. I've had a good week in a night because I'm following the market. Tuesday, we have Connected Dots, 11 o'clock train and trade. 1:30, we got T-Buzz live trading. Wednesday, we have train and trade at 11. And then Thursday, Merry Christmas. Then Friday, we come back with a full day. Now, I got a question to ask, okay? How many people enjoyed the marathon trading that we did? I think we did. Didn't we rip off about 4 big winners for everybody last week? Way to go, Roger. I'm going to try, if I can. I was talking to Adam tonight. How many people would like me to do another marathon day before the year is over? I'll look at the schedule I'm pretty tied up. And the problem is I'm pretty tied up. I guess we might could do it Friday. I'm thinking we could do it Friday, maybe. I can't do it the last week of the year, Morris. I can't do it the last week of the year. I'm pretty tied up that week. I can't do it. I had to do it this week. Adam, why don't we just shoot for Friday? Why don't we just make Friday a marathon day? This Friday. Yeah, Green Friday after Christmas. I like it. Let's do it. Marathon on Friday. Kill train and trade and live trading. Marathon day. We'll start at 10:30 and go until I get about 4 more good trades for you. You like that? I paid for Christmas with the first 4. Now we got to pay for the end of the year, right? Right, Roger? Yeah, let's do that. Let's focus on Friday doing that. That'd be a great finish to a great week. It's going to be a great week, by the way, I think. Green Friday. All right, Monica. The only earnings we got this week is you earning money listening. You like that? We're having our earnings report this week. People say, Tom, how can you say that? So what happens? You tell me. Was my 4 trades I gave you during marathon like I said they would be? I think so, Jim. I think the market does close early on Christmas Eve. We'll see. I love those 4 trades we did during marathon. We actually did 6, didn't we? In my opinion, market's going higher, and I got a few predictions tonight, so pay attention. Pay attention. You know, I've been asked that question my whole career, for at least the last 10 or 15 years. People say, Tom, how accurate are you? I say, really? I'm about 4 for 5. Look at that number there, 82% accuracy. That's 4 for 5, isn't it? People go, 80%, that's pretty good. I say, yeah, I know, but I'm usually right 4 out of 5 times. What I'm really going to try to do is really focus in on those times I'm not right, though, and try to be a little bit more aggressive on getting out. Seven Sisters, 16% up, E-mini, NASDAQ 20, 13 for the Dow, DAX 22, gold, great call this year, 65. Telling you to be short silver this year was an easily 20% win for you. Bonds, 1.4%. I think bonds are going to have a heyday. All right, here's my 10 tickers. People like my 10 tickers. In fact, SLV clicked tonight. That's why I bought it. Everybody see that? SLV above 61.55. It's 61.55 right now. NVIDIA above 183.11. I hadn't checked NVIDIA is 182.79. TQQ above 55.13. Not there yet. QQQ 621. Not there yet. SPY 682. Not. Ooh, SPY's close. SPY's close, folks. NNE, I got it at 35. It's going to be a good week. GDXJ 120.55. MU 275 for MU. It's right there. This might be the hottest week yet. Y'all see all these things kicking off? PAAS 52.55 and Tesla 495.55. Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I picked that up, Don, in my research this weekend. I'm going to look at it and see if we can't make some jack with it. Probabilities this week, strong, and stronger. Wow, what a choice for Friday. Look at that, 71%. Who's going to make time to be with me if I can do this thing on Friday, 10:30 at 10:30? I think we're going to have a pretty good day. Key economic news, got a little PCE coming out, and new home sales, durable goods, standard inventories. Watch inventories on Wednesday. That might be something to watch. All right, what I want to do is give you some insights. People always tell me, Tom, you got so many insights about how to do this. Share more of it. So I'm going to start trying to share as many as I can, but 5 insights to trade. Perseverance. There's not one of you, me included, could succeed without persevering. It's not going to always go your way. You know, think of it this way. If you were playing baseball and struck out, you got to get up there the next time and try to get a hit, right? Trading's the same way. You're not going to knock it out of the park every time, you get up. I'm just telling you, you've got to persevere. And it's tough sometimes, isn't it? But persevere, I think, separates those that have been in this business. Process. I have a process. My process is probably the best process out there because you're listening to me. I would listen to my process. My process is Sunday night, show tickers that I'm interested in this week, which I do, and then we lay out the week with our schedule. That's the process of putting myself in a position. I take the personal things I got to do, plan around when I'm going to trade. All these things factor in whether you're going to be available to make money or not, because our goal is to grow our account, right? That's our goal. So there's a process involved. You got to have a plan. How many people would like me to share with you this week, and I'll do it through the marathon on Friday if you want me to, how I'm going to allocate and stocks I'm going to allocate with to start off the year? Anybody interested in that? I'll do it Friday for you. I'll show you how I'm doing it. Okay? It works. I might as well share it with you on Friday for the marathon trade. Now, knowing where to enter, where to exit, and where you're wrong is very important when it comes to investing, whether you're investing for the long term or whether you're trading. If you follow what I teach, I usually have a trigger price that gets me in. I know where I'm wrong, and I know when I'm going to hit my target and exit. For options, I use 20% or more for generally if I'm going to take a trade, okay? That's my thought process. Here's where it gets really hard. This is what I call Everybody here thinks things, correct, about the market. I think it's going up. I think it's going down. I think this is a good buy. I think that's something I want to avoid, right? All that stuff, correct? Everybody got that? But I say trade what you see. For example, silver's going higher. Trade it. And it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate your biases, but do it through numbers. And you do that through that process. This is an important thing everybody's got to learn. I know that you think, and I do this too, I think certain things ought to happen. They are there. Sometimes they don't. You got to be aware of that. Look at the numbers. Trade what you see. Now, I'm going to tell you a few stories of success. I picked out a few people. There's so many I had choices from. I want you to listen to what I gleaned from watching them be successful in 2025. Y'all want to hear these stories? You can always learn from other people. Here we go. Roger S. I just spent 3 days with Roger. He's here tonight. He's a doctor. He's orthopedic out of Texas. He told me he had spent a fortune chasing down the desire to learn how to trade, different people he'd listened to and all that. Okay. And he struggled until he started using the DTI approach. Now, this week, or it was this week, right, Roger? We spent 3 days together, right? His goal was when he got here on the one-on-one was he said, Tom, I work full time. He knows I'm a 24-hour, trader. And he says, can you help design 10 trades that I can do that set up most days? And I did. And you know what? I got him now. I did all the work, these 10 trades. And he's got him. And he's already started. It starts on Sunday night. He's already started. But we worked it out where he can get started about 1:32 in the afternoon and be out the next morning. And then I went back and revisited all these trades and said, I just gave you 100,000, Roger. He said, what do you mean? I said, these trades will produce about 100,000 for you if you risk about anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 on it. That's a pretty good thing to learn, isn't it? Those 10 trades. And I had an idea tonight, and I'll share it with you in a little bit. But remember, Roger's success came from perseverance and struggling, and now he's a real winner. Alfonso, who's met Alfonso? He comes to the class. Who's met Alfonso? Alfonso is one of the nicest guys. He's a retired dentist. And he told me by coming to the classes, he attended 3 classes in 2025. He told me, and this was happening to a lot of people trading options, they were staying with the options too long. He said, my 72-hour rule that he stays disciplined by has turned him into losing money to making money with options. And he works hard doing that, okay? And that's something that we figured out. David just said he's absolutely correct. He constantly met those obstacles and overcame, but he made the trek to Ponte Vedra in 2025 3 different times for the small classes. What does that tell you? What does it tell you if somebody has that kind of desire to travel down here to go through that kind of training. What does that tell you about a guy? It tells me that everybody ought to learn from Alfonso because he wanted to turn from being a loser into a trader. Alfonso, small class king. My next person, everybody's probably met her. I've told the story many times about Carol. When I first met Carol, she came to a class. I had to stop her asking questions or I couldn't have got through the day. And I had to limit her to about 3 per day. She persevered. She came to more classes. She came to a lot of small classes. And then eventually she started coming one-on-one. In fact, Carol, you're coming to a small class in January and we're doing a one-on-one together. She is a real success story. She takes care of her 3 sisters. She lives in California. And if you met Carol, she's special. And she's talked to people and encouraged them. But I think the key for Carol was coming to the small classes over and over, and then the one-on-ones. That was Carol. And she knew nothing. This is for those people that are new. Nothing about the stock market. I don't even think she knew how to spell the word stock or securities. Not to be insulting to her, but she knew less than nothing when it came to stock. She just knew that she had to make some money to take care of her and her sisters that depend on her. That's Carol. I'm so proud of these 3 students. They've done fantastic. I'm so proud of many more, but I could be here all night talking about it, but I wanted to share with you the importance of getting face-to-face with me. 26 is your year to be bold. It's your year to do something a little different than what you did in the previous years. There's going to be a lot of opportunities in 26. I don't want to miss one of them. It's your year to be bold. I got a few predictions for everybody. Y'all ready? Here's a few predictions for 2026. Silver. I think we're going to see somewhere between $85 and $100 in 2026 on silver. That's what I think. Now remember, I said I'll trade what I see, not what I think. That's what I think silver is setting up to do. Carol just posted in here, she doubled her account. She doubled her account with me last year. A lot of work to do stuff like that. That's a big account she's got. She did great. Way to go, Carol. That's silver. Now, this is a prediction. I'm going to teach this in my home study course, but zero coupon bonds. Who knows about zero coupon bonds? You know how they work? Zero coupon bonds. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm an expert when it comes to zero coupon bonds. I don't buy every year. I don't buy every 5 years. But when it sets up like they're setting up now, 2026, there's going to be a lot of money made with zero coupon bonds. Now, we'll do some education on it. But if you come to my small class, okay, if you come to my small class, I'll show you entry and exit techniques there, okay? Another benefit for coming face-to-face. Huge opportunities in zero coupon bonds. I think the stock market's going to go higher. You say, well, Tom, that's an easy statement. No, that's not an easy statement. I think the stock market's going to make it to about 7,500 in 2026. I'll put a number on it. 7,500 in 2026. That's what I think. Again, I will trade what I see. I think if you're not using technology, then you're really messing with your own self. You got to have the tool. Technology, in my mind, is the roadmap software, MTI by DTI, the algorithms that generate Genesis, Sunrise, Anchor, more coming, I tell you. That's where you got to be. There's so many opportunities. We got to use technology to keep up. How many people agree with that statement? There's not enough hours in the day to keep up with all this stuff anymore, is there? But we want to take advantage when they're set up, and I'm working on it behind the scenes right now to bring more technology to you, the student. Let's talk about the power of education. I believe first and foremost, regardless whether you got any money or a lot of money, you need to keep educating yourself. Education is the key. When I say zero coupon bonds, I write it down. Tom's going to do that in small class. Connect the dots. You got to be at a small class to really learn to take advantage of it. I mean, we're talking about tremendous opportunity in zero coupon bonds. The power of education. I developed with the team a 52-week home study course. You got to be part of that. The portfolio. Techniques to manage small and big portfolios are going to be a big emphasis of mine in January. I will show you my technique. It works. So I'll show it to you. How many people's interested in learning that? How to do your portfolio to get maximum benefit for the risk you take? I got a whole list of things I'm doing in my portfolio before the end of the year to get ready for next year. It's already started. I'm going to help everybody that's interested in the portfolio enhancement. 52 weeks of trading we have. It starts on Sunday night. We trade by the week. 52 weeks. Standard things I'll be doing in 2026, Sunday night planning, like this. Train and trade. Live trading. Futures on Mondays. Tuesday's trade day. Everything falls into place if you pay attention. Now, I mentioned something about Roger and I work with Roger, he had a request, I developed it, now I got it. These Big Ten trades. We put a lot of work in this, and I'm going to teach this at every small class I teach, the Big Ten trades. I think if you're there in person with me, it's a lot easier to do it, and we can do it in a small class function. So the core of that training that we do would be these 10 trades, okay? So valuable. I've announced the small class days. They're open. Some of them are already filled up. I think January's already filled. I'd have to check that, but I think so. We'll do it right there at Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Who's been to a small class at Ponte Vedra? Is anything better than that than coming to the plantation for that location? The food's fantastic, isn't it? The people are so nice. Right there. The dates, yeah, January's off the table. He took it off. Look at that. We got maximum number. April, I've got 6 seats open. July, I got 8 seats open. September, I got 8 seats open. October, 8 seats open. I'm announcing it tonight for the first time. It will be gone after we put this word out. I don't even think, honestly, I don't think a lot of salespeople know that I'm doing these dates. I know Kelly does. Kelly, is Kelly here tonight? I'm not sure she's here tonight, okay? But get signed up if you want to come. It's just got so much more valuable for you to be face-to-face with me. How many of you would like to have 10 trades that you could bank on every day? You don't have to do all 10 of them, but how many people would like to have that possibility? Not day trades, by the way, but 10 trades you put on in the afternoon and get out the next morning. How many people would like this? Roger's smiling from ear to ear. He saw me do it and put it together. It made just so much more valuable. I'm not going to raise the price. I'll keep it the same, but I want to see these seats go tonight if we can. If you're interested, call 904-706-3532. Go to dtitrader.com in person, take a spot. That's the schedule for the year. What do I cover? How we approach the market, how to prepare, understanding the market structure and timing, learning to trade with a plan, not emotion, and focuses on consistency over activity. How to read the market, what it's telling us, identifying key price levels, using time-based structure to guide decisions, understanding where price is relative to key areas. Trading futures and futures options, that is a no-brainer. The Futures Plus program I've created is nothing like it in the world. Choosing the right tools for the right market environment, structure your trades with defined risk, manage trades as the trades evolve. Different markets, different tactics. Index futures and options, metals and commodities, daytime versus overnight opportunities, adapting strategies to market behavior. Risk, discipline, and execution. Managing risk before entering a trade, knowing when to stay in, knowing when to step aside, building confidence through the process, developing habits for long-term success. There's the dates one more time. Tell me who is going to take those dates where I can start reducing the spots that are available, okay? These are Future Plus classes. You can call 904-706-3532 or go to dtitrader.com/in-person. Okay? That's it. That's when we're doing it. Notice January's off the table. I got a class January 13th and 14th, gone. Nobody can come in January unless somebody drops out. If you sign up and put on the waiting list, you might get to come. Laura's taking April. Way to go, Laura. Laura, put your name and number in here. I want to count up the people that are interested in doing this where I can see how much more I've got to talk about it and get it filled up. I'd like to get it filled up before the end of the year and know everybody's booked. Yeah, put your name and email in there and Adam will write it down and we'll take it off the total list. Adam, you should have put January's date in there and just scratched through it. Sold out. Pretty cool stuff. Now, a lot of people, I'll tell you, a lot of people will come to that July class after Sawgrass. Don't wait then to find out, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Don't wait then because it'll be gone. Now, let's speed it up a little bit. If you sign up, Adam, if they sign up, I will go over the 10 trades with those people that signed up, okay? Before they actually get to the class. I'll have a webinar in the evening to go over these 10 trades. How you like that as an incentive for signing up tonight? Roger, what do you think? Pretty valuable stuff they're getting in, and they don't even know it. Any questions for me? Adam, make sure Kareen knows the schedule. Morris, the cost is $5,000. I should raise it to $7,500 since I'm going to give you the 10 trades to give you a scholarship before you show. Carol, I just want you to travel safe. I don't need anything for my birthday. By the way, you know, if you bought 1,000 shares of SLV, it's up 35 cents. Roger says, I'm like the pot at the end of the rainbow if people will shut. You know, they got to take time, Roger. Do they want to learn how to do this or not? You know, that's the question. Adam, do me a favor. The people that attended last year, will you send an email out to them and let them know I posted these dates? Will you do that for me? The people that attended last year, give them a shot at getting these dates. Some of them might not be here. They're going to get upset if the class is gone. Hey, Rhonda, are you here? Rhonda. I saw Rhonda Harris here. Probably the greatest brain I've ever met when it comes to water. Hey, Rhonda, I'm going to call you tonight, if that's okay, after I finish. Hey, put your phone number in there because I have trouble finding numbers in my phone. I'll call you, Rhonda. Boy, she was very educational at this last small class, and I got her talking about water. I had to cut her off. She knows more about water than anybody I've ever met. Right, Roger? Right, John? Very, very smart about water. Okay. Any questions about the small classes? There's the date. Tonight's the first date I revealed when I was going to do it. I coordinated with our club. I've got the dates reserved. Those are the only dates we'll have. So hopefully you can find one there that fits. If you want one of those dates and need to reserve it, let me know. Kelly just said that, sent me a message. Hold on. What she said. What's little Kelly saying? Okay. Let me tell you, the classes start on Monday and Tuesday. What we do is we meet on Monday and we sketch out what we're going to cover, and then we go through the day. Monday night we go out to eat and answer all questions. And let's see, what else? We go out to eat that night, and then Sunday, or not Sunday, but Tuesday we come back. So you come in on Sunday night. I make it very efficient. I had so many requests. I only like to do the one-on-ones one a month. I had so many requests for people that want to do one-on-one that the classes. I mean, you ought to see my January. Goodness gracious. It's a good thing, but it's tough, isn't it, Roger? It's tough sitting there all day doing this. But I like doing the classes, and I'm offering these in in that. Jim, Sawgrass is the first weekend of June. Yeah, if you do sign, that's a question. Tonight, I'm not sure I'm going to extend this, but if you do sign up tonight, I will give you a free year in my futures training. Yeah, sure. You'll get that, Bruno, unless you go through the webinar where I teach you the 10 trades. I can't do it then. We can move it to a different day if we had to. We'll be fair about it no matter which way we go. But get signed up, Bruno. Put your name and email and get signed up. I want to have the 10, look, I want to have the 10 trade webinar before the end of the year. So I really want to, get most of these slots gone, okay? Where I can do it in one class for everybody, okay? We'll kick it off. How many people, let me just ask a question. How many people, did you like the type trades I did during the marathon I gave you? Those 4? How many people like that? Well, wouldn't you like to have 10 trades that you could bank on every day? Without any webinars or anything, you have it right there in front of you, the setup and all that? Well, guess what? You got to be at a small class to get those.
Hey, T-Buzz, we'll replay this once you wrap up.
Hey, Rob, how you doing? Yeah, one-on-one will get them also. Absolutely. If you come one-on-one, you're going to get the trades. Absolutely. Great question. Rob came one-on-one this year. He's coming back, and I got him on the schedule already. What'd you say, Adam, about playing the tape? Oh, super. Mike or Adam, your thing's on. Yeah, the one-on-one's great. Silver is going higher. You can pay for these classes if you learn it. If you sign up from this, you'll be invited to the futures for a year at no charge. Did you know that? If you sign up for one of these one-on-ones. Anyway, get signed up. It's already been a great week, and we're on only a couple hours. I'm going to keep talking because silver keeps going higher. I'm kidding. Adam, why don't you replay the tape for everybody? Did you enjoy tonight's presentation? Let me ask that question before I do it. Carol said her account's going up. Everybody's account's going up if they listen. All right. We're going to have some fun together. Man, what a night.